warmers. It looks like they're going straight in it.
Right into it.
So we have a Puff, which apparently is on the verge of just not being available for tournament play. And then we have Ice Climbers with a technique which we might not see anymore. Like years from now, we're going to have to tell our grandchildren, well, there was this thing called wobbling.
Yeah.
This may definitely be around, you know, in 65 years.
Yeah, definitely. No, this is a pretty interesting matchup, honestly, all jokes aside. I think Puff has the tools to deal with Ice Climbers very well, but Ice Climbers get that one grab, they get that one smash attack, Puff dies very early. That being said, though, like I said, she has the tools to separate them very well and keep them separated. Jerry, unfortunately, they're getting a forward smash on plat, likely looking for like a drop through back air or something like that.
Yeah, more than likely. He was going for like a shield drop there or something. But this has always low-key been one of the more interesting matchups between these two characters' matchup spread. Just because both of these characters are sort of tight-inducing, as D1 would say. Some people, they get a little tilted.
Yeah.
Playing against either of these characters or getting grabbed by one of them for a variety of reasons. Wow.
That can be tilting if you get drilled that many times in a row.
Yeah, that series of down airs almost looked a little bit disrespectful.
Yeah, no, it's actually really good technique with Jigglypuff just because that has so much hit stun and it's harder to get out of than it looks.
Yeah, like it doesn't look like it should work, but you know, if you're not ready for it, it could definitely throw you off, as you saw right, you know, a couple seconds ago. But what's interesting about this is the way that Jigglypuff has to play. She kind of plays, you know, the same against everybody. She wants to weave around, put out a crazy back air hitbox, and then, you know, look for opportunities, land with nair, try to open you up. But it's actually harder to do against Ice Climbers because it's kind of like a 2v1 at all times. You know, Nana has, you know, Popo watching his back. Sometimes you might think you're in a good spot, and then Nana does the right thing at the right time, and the AI just shocks the crap out of you.
Yeah. Ooh. Almost a wobble there, but good match out from Jerry. But yeah, as you said, it's kind of similar to how Puff approaches a lot of matchups with the spacey defensive style. But you got to be even a little more careful against Ice Climbers than you typically are.
Yeah, both of these
especially when both are still available, because that wobble is in play.
It's interesting how like both of these characters also they make you feel a little bit.
Ooh. Wow.
Wow, that was...
Jab down smash is going to combo and get the kill. Fairly early kill there for Sharkz.
I wanted to say that was DI, but then it's also Puff. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I mean, Puff, that's part of the thing about this matchup is Puff obviously has a big advantage in the neutral, but Ice Climbers hit hard when they do land that hit. So for a very light character like Puff, that's going to be a lot of pain.
Yeah, like if you get hit with a couple of back airs and both characters are landing, all of a sudden you're like at like 80% with Puff, and you're like, what happened?
Yeah, no, it can be very difficult to stay alive as Puff in this matchup. Again, just got to be careful, stay on your toes the entire time.
Yeah, and you see Sharkz going for these back airs occasionally, and what's interesting is you can actually trade with Puff with Ice Climbers, which is something that not a lot of people can say. Like usually they just have to respect the back air, but even if you perfectly space the back air with Jigglypuff, sometimes because of the nature of Ice Climbers, you'll hit the lead Ice Climber and the second one will hit you.
Yeah.
So you're always able to put on percentage.
Oof. Good DI from Jerry. Almost DI'd a little bit too up there and died off the top, but that one will do it. Sharkz now with a slight lead. Gets caught by that forward smash, though.
And this is what usually defines Ice Climbers ultimately is how good is your Sopo? You know what I mean? What can you do when you no longer have any backup and you have to, you know, fly solo with the Sopo?
It's definitely the maker or breaker of a lot of Ice Climbers players. And right now, Sharkz is looking like he's making it.
Yeah, he's playing really well. It's almost like he didn't notice. If you look at his face, honestly, he's just like, whatever. I don't need her.
Yeah, no, Sharkz doing a pretty damn good job. Even if he dies here, which he likely will, he got that nice 51. That's almost kill percent.
Yeah, I was about to say that's what I would call danger percent. Like
for Ice Climbers versus Puff, yeah, that's
definitely.
Yeah, at this point, a smash attack could easily kill. So Jerry needs to be super careful for the rest of the game if he wants to try to take this game one.
Yeah, and right now, Sharkz is almost fishing. He's actually shocking for a hit, you can say.
Okay. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, gets caught by a pound. Yeah, so Jerry, as defensive and careful as he generally plays, he likes to come in with the pound every so often, can catch people off guard, and it definitely leads to a lot versus Ice Climbers in particular, because it almost always leaves them separated, usually allows you to combo one or the other, but Sharkz is going to find that down smash to take game 1.
Yeah. I saw the signal. I think he was asking if it was a best of 5 or best of 3.
Yeah, still best of 3 at this point, I believe.
And Jerry, he's probably one of the more calm, cool, collected people you'll ever see.
Yeah, very focused player. You don't tend to see very much emotion on his face, which can be a good or bad thing, but generally good, honestly. It lends itself to more consistency. If you don't allow what's happening in the game to affect your mood, then generally you're gonna play pretty good on a pretty consistent level. Whereas, you know, if you're getting tilted every time you get hit, every time you make a mistake, that can easily kind of start to stack, and you start playing worse and worse because you're kind of overthinking it. Oh, and wow, Sharkz finding the wobble out of nowhere.
Yeah, he kind of just reacted to a roll, and once again you see Jerry, he literally just put his controller down. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Unfazed. And that's definitely how you want to be, especially against a character like Ice Climbers. So
yeah, it would kind of be hypocritical for either player to get tilted, at least based on the community's opinions, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, neither of these characters are the fan favorites at the moment in Melee.
They're somewhat, I guess you'd call them the antagonist of the story at times.
Yeah, but, ooh, that was a nice little down throw down air to reverse forward smash. Chunky damage right now on Jerry already. And again, this time for the kill. Sharkz is running away with this one.
He was untouched that whole stock.
Yeah.
Maybe's the time to show some emotion, a little bit of panic. You know, get a fire started.
Yeah, Jerry might need to either smile or get mad or something to change this up, because the emotionless thing is not paying off in this game too.
Yeah, and as you already know, it's a best of 3, so being down 2 stocks to 4 against a player of the caliber of Sharkz and a character like Ice Climbers that can really just put on so much percent versus a Puff.
Yeah, no, this is a super hard comeback to make for Puff, honestly. The other way around, I think, is more doable, especially with wobbling in play. But for Puff to try to make this comeback on ices, it's just going to take constant neutral victories. Basically, you can't really get hit very much for the rest of the match in order to win this.
I saw it once at like one of the revival melees a super long time ago. I think it was Mango made a comeback against Chu, and that's like the only time I can recall in like ever seeing a Puff bring it back from a deficit.
Yeah, against ices, it's super hard, obviously, because they have separate damage counters for Popo and Nana. So Puff is landing these stray hits. It's almost like it counts half as much as it would against any other character, because those hits are going to be spread through both Popo and Nana. So it makes it very tough for a character like Puff, unless you can find the rest, of course. That would help a lot, but at this point, he's not going to want to go for rest, because that would be a bad stock trade. So he would need to wait until they were at even stock for that to be worth it. So that means he has this entire stock to contend with before that's even an option.
Yeah, he's only put 9% on Popo, and probably not much more on Nana, although he's starting to do something, but at 105%, this is serious danger for Jigglypuff.
Yeah, for sure. That being said, I mean, as we said, Jerry, cool, calm, and collected, has not changed his game plan. He's sticking to his guns. He's just trying to be a bit more careful about how he's spacing stuff to make sure he doesn't get caught by a straight smash attack.
Yeah, he appears to just be content to sit back and play the bear versus bear game, although I do think he's, well, I was about to say he's doing a better job of not getting hit, but before I can even get the words out of my mouth, he gets caught with a down smash, and this is not looking good for the hometown hero.
No, not great. But that being said, it's looking better than it was a stock ago, honestly. He's been able to bridge this gap a little bit. And now if he can get this stock, then rest is back on the table and a potential comeback is in the works. But this stock is going to matter so much in terms of how much damage Jerry actually takes.
He gets grabbed. All right, it doesn't take too much. With 29%, I think rest is still on the table for now. But he can only take maybe a few more percent weight. He gets grabbed.
Yeah, oh, this is looking ugly. Let's see if Jerry can get anything going.
It's going to be hard, man. He can't find his way back to neutral. 61%. I think at this point, resting is probably off the table.
Yeah, no, you definitely can't rest anymore, unless he maybe gets a kill off the top or something. But that's, you know, that's asking for a lot. He's probably going to have to try to take this stock, honestly, and that's going to be tough to do, but very possible.
And Sharkz has really caught on to these side Bs as well, so that's not working either. It looks like Sharkz is just going to slowly either win neutral or take trades to victory at this point.
Yeah, he's whittling away at him. He's not trying to force anything too hard here. He knows he's got the lead. He knows this is his game to lose, essentially.
Yeah, at this point, you know, he's basically won the game, so in order to lose from this high of an advantage, you really have to throw it away.
Yeah, you kind of got to give some stuff up. If he just stands his ground, doesn't take any risks like that one. But I mean, he can afford to take a couple risks at this point, obviously.
Yeah, he's up 2 stocks in the two of them. That back air is probably going to do it.
There it is.
And Jerry, this is an interesting turn of events.